Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Dima Tutorials Ask Class. Dima Tutorials Ask Class is an educational channel here on YouTube. And what I do on this channel is to help students preparing for the exams on government and literature. Today we're going to continue with our lessons on government past questions. Okay, in the last video I concluded the lessons on 2020 government past questions. Today I'm going to start with 2019 government past questions. Okay, now let's shoot. Question one: which UN organ has primary responsibility for maintenance of world peace and security? Which UN organ has primary responsibility for maintenance of world peace and security? We have option A, the General Assembly; B, the Secretariat; C, the International Court of Justice; and D, the Economic and Social Council; and E, Security Council. Like I said in one of my previous videos, you guys should take UN, okay? Lessons on UN very seriously, because there's hardly any year questions are not asked on the UN, okay? Now, the organ of the UN that is responsible for maintenance of world peace and security is the Security Council. Option E, the Security Council, okay? Now, option E, the General Assembly. Now, the General Assembly is made up of representatives from each member state, okay? So it's not in charge of maintaining peace, world peace, okay? Now, option B, the Secretariat. Now, the UN Secretariat carries out day-to-day activity, day-to-day work of the UN, okay? It services all the principal organs of the UN. Okay, the job of the UN Secretariat is to administer the programs of other organs of the UN. Okay, please, I'm taking my time to explain these things to you because in your exams you might be asked questions on the Secretariat or the International Court of Justice. You might not be asked I might not be asked about the organ that is responsible for keeping world peace and security. Okay, so you need to learn other organs and what they do. Okay. Now, option C, the International Court of Justice. The International Court of Justice is a judicial organ of the UN. Okay, the court is charged with the responsibility of settling legal disputes between member states and providing adversary opinions. Okay, they settle disputes between member states and provide adversary opinions. Okay. Now, the Economic and Social Council, okay, option D, also called ECOSOC, is the place where the world's economic, social, and environmental challenges are discussed and debated. Okay, so like I said, the one that is responsible for maintaining peace and security of the world, okay, is the Security Council, option E. Question 2. Which is the supreme organ of the OAU? Which is the supreme organ of the OAU? We have the Council of Ministers; B, the Administrative Secretary General; C, the Assembly of Heads of States and Government; D, none of the above; E, all of the above. The correct answer to this question is option C, the Assembly of Heads of States and Government. Okay, the Assembly of Heads of States and Government. This is the supreme organ of the OAU, and what they do is that they meet annually, meet every year to discuss African concerns. Okay, discuss things that concern Africa. This is the highest organ of the OAU. Okay, now let's move forward. Question 3 is Sir Henrik Willink of Britain was the chairman of a commission which investigated one of the following problems of Nigeria in 1958. We have option A, commercial banking problems; B, minority problems and fears; C, problems of political parties; and D, problems of public corporations; E, problems of higher education. Now, Sir Henrik Willink was appointed in November 1957 to inquire into the fears of minorities and means of allaying them. Okay, he was appointed to inquire into the fears of the minorities, the minority group, the minority tribes in Nigeria, and means of allaying their fears. Okay, during pre-independence, leaders of minority groups demanded for creation of states that would protect them from the dominance of majority ethnic groups. Okay, in 1958, he came up with his report, okay, and the report rejected creation of states as solution that would allay the fears of being dominated by majority ethnic groups, okay. He rather suggested that the rights of every Nigerian be enshrined into the constitution. He recommended Bill of Rights, Bill of Rights, which ensures that every right of every citizen is incorporated into the independence constitution, okay, as a way to guarantee the minority right, the rights of the minority group, okay, through national integration. Sir Henry Willink, okay, was appointed to inquire into the fears of the minority groups in Nigeria, minority ethnic groups in Nigeria. Now let's look at the options again and choose the correct one. Now we have option A, commercial banking problems. This is not the correct answer, okay? And option B, minority problems and fears. This is the correct answer, okay? So option B is the correct answer. Now let's move on. Question 4, the OAU has its headquarters in, we have option A, Freetown, B, Dar es Salaam, C, Nairobi, D, Addis Ababa, and E, Khartoum. Now, the correct answer is Addis Ababa. That's where the OAU headquarters are, okay? Now, question 5, we have which of the following countries in West Africa has not experienced military intervention in politics? Option A, we have Upper Volta, B, Sierra Leone, C, Mali, D, Ivory Coast, and E, Togo. Now, the correct answer to this question is Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is the only West African country that has not experienced military intervention in politics. Now, question 6, we have ECOWAS represents option A, the English speaking equivalent of the Francophone Economic Community in West Africa. B, an attempt to progressively eliminate obstacles to free movement of goods, services, and people throughout West Africa. C, the West African regional arm of the United Nations Economic and Social Council. D, a continent-wide economic dimension of Pan-Africanism. E, a concrete achievement by the Economic Commission for Africa. Now, which of the following represents the reason why ECOWAS was founded? Okay, now the aim of ECOWAS is to promote economic cooperation among member states, okay, in order to raise living standard and promote economic development. Okay, this is the main aim of ECOWAS to promote economic cooperation. Okay, that is businesses among different countries in West Africa, okay, in order to raise living standard and promote economic development. Now, let's look at the options again and see which one correctly represents ECOWAS and its objective, okay. The English speaking equivalent of course, no, is not the correct answer, okay. Option B, an attempt to progressively eliminate obstacles to free movement of goods, yes, services and people throughout West Africa. This is the correct answer, okay? Because ECOWAS is established to ensure or promote free trade, okay, among member states, okay, with little or no import duties. So that's the main reason why ECOWAS was created. Okay, so ECOWAS represents an attempt to progressively eliminate obstacles to free movement of goods and services and people throughout West Africa. That's why people in West Africa can actually travel to other countries in West Africa without visa. So option B is the correct answer. Now let's move on. Question 7, we have the executive board. The executive is the body that the executive, that's the executive arm of the government, is the body that, we have option A, executes armed robbers, B, interpret laws, C, implement laws, D, enact laws, and E, none of the above. Okay, I believe we already know the answer to this. This is the basic of government, okay? The judiciary interprets the laws, the executive implement the laws, and the legislatures make the laws. Okay, so the executive implements the laws. Okay, the executive implements the laws. So option C is the correct answer. Alright guys, that'll be all for today. I hope you learned something new from this video. If you did, please click on the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already to enable you see my older videos and also learn from the past questions revisions. Okay, so make sure you subscribe to these channels to see my older videos and also see my videos whenever I upload one. Okay, thank you for watching and see you next time.